we go. The Jeeves round the parabolica. And dashes to the line and goes P4 with a 19.3. 5 tenths behind Kachow then, setting the early pace, the only guy in the 18s as of yet. We've got Waitsy coming down the back straight as well. Yeah, just me on comms today, mate, yeah. Waitsy goes P5, sorry. We did have issues getting the stream up early due to the device not recognising the account. So we did miss quite a bit of the early parts of the stream, so for that we are sorry. We are here for round 7 of TUF2 in Italy, and as you can see, Kachow by 0.3 of a second is currently in P1 from Weavesy. Duty's popped himself up in a P3 with a 19.1 as well, just a 100th off Weavesy's time. As we know, Duty can be a bit of a specialist at certain tracks. He does come alive. Die Miles up in P7 as well. Here's Jag. He comes around the parabolica. I believe he's setting a fast time, is he? Yeah. So he done a 21, and he goes P2 with a 19.1, a big second improvement then for Jag Kings, and he's the latest to get to the low 119s. And Pricey, he pops himself up into P2 with an 18.9. So those times are coming down. Waitsy dives into the pits. Shay's on the Lesmos, let's have a look. He's on outlap, so we'll skip past and come back to that. There's a few guys on outlaps and a few yet to set times. We've got 6 guys yet to set times. Old Man Barry has retired, so he's going to start from the back. And I believe Woods did join the session late as well, so he also will start this race from the back of the grid because of that weird glitch. So Pricey's just set his fastest time. We'll just stay on board a minute to see what his lap times are like and see if he's going for another run. No. So we'll stick on board with Weavesy, who's 2 tenths up at the moment through sector 1. It's the purple sector. Takes a wide line through the first Lesmo. Nice and clean through the second. DRS activated. He's got 3 tenths to make up as it stands. Purple again through 2 as he comes to Ascari. Ooh, seems to lose the back end a little bit, and I'm not sure if he's aborted there. He seems to, yeah. Really nice lap up until Ascari. Shay's gone purple in sector 2. Just shy of 4 tenths up, and he's gone wide at Ascari as well. Clips the curb, and it could be in a bin. He has, he's spinned it. So 8th is the best for Shay then. Probably from him a top heavy setup rather than his standard 5.9. How bizarre. Sir Quineth, currently in P11, he's yet to set a time on these tyres, so let's get on board. Purple 1 and 2 for Shay. That's grand, but it's the full lap that counts. There's Jeeves, yeah. Oh, Matty Shaw getting out of the way of Duty there. Duty's quite far. We've got Stu coming around the parabolica. currently in P9, showing some really good pace as of late, especially in qualifying, and he's diving into the pits. We've got Bragigam, who looks like he's a second up, so he's not setting the fast time. Neither's Di Miles. Quinn's coming through Ascari now, so we'll stick on board for this. Oh. Seemed to overshoot the brake there. Is he? Okay, so he's aborted as well. Trunders through the Lesmos. We'll try and get back on board with Kachau, see where Kachau is. Kachau's coming through Ascari. That's very quick through there. We caught the tail end of it. TT retires from P15, only managed to get one lap in with the mediums, so he'll be starting towards the back end as well with his teammate. What can Kachau do? Can he improve on his current 18.8? His cars getting out of the way, left, right and centre, and it's a 2/10 improvement from Kachau, 18.6. Over to you boys, what you got? Pricey about to start a fast lap. We'll stick on board with this then. Where's the Jeeves? I'm not sure if he's on a lap. There we go. Let's see what Pricey can do. Nice and clean through 1 and 2. Ooh, I think he was a bit too cautious there through the chicane in 3, worried about invalidating the lap. He's got a nice banker lap in, so he has got the opportunity to take a couple of risks here. Nice and quick through the Lesmos, nice and clean. DRS now activated. 3/10 is currently the gap he's got to make up, and he's currently a 10th up. Kachau seemed to take a bit more speed than Pricey through Ascari. This looks like a solid lap from Pricey, should be an improvement. And it's a big 3/10 improvement from Pricey. Big last sector. The second sector was beautiful. That was even nicer. 600ths of a second up. And he's currently on provisional pole. What a lap. Can Weavesy respond? He's currently on the medium tyre, but just shy of his quicker time. So Weavesy going for a bit of a different strategy here if he can improve in this final sector. This is quite bold, but the softs aren't too good on in Italy. They will drop off after about 5-6 laps tops, and he comes in, so he's just going. He's probably thought against it. Maybe he was too far down, so I imagine that'll be a fresh set of softs, and he'll just go for track position. Backmarker's got himself up to P6. Big lap from Backmarker. The Jeeves all the way down in 7th. He'd be open to improve. Wait to see a solid 8th so far. Let's have a look. Woods doesn't really matter because he will start from the back, I believe. Stu's getting out of the way. Trunda's just coming out of Ascari. Let's have a look. He's backing off as well. Di Miles is invalidated. What's Misha got? He's on mediums as well as he comes through Ascari. So as you guys know, Bats was live with us last week and he got the top 4 correct and the pole position. He did say Kachau would start pole tonight, but he did say Pricey would win the race as Misha goes P16 on those mediums. I'll tell you what, Shea's crash might not end up being too costly here. If he can start just outside the top 10, he'll be able to start maybe on mediums. A lot of guys now in the pits getting ready for their last runs. We've seen Jeeves go a bit early, I think, last week, and he seems to have done the same thing as well this week. But let's get on board. Little lock up in one. Doesn't seem to cost him too much time. And again, lock up into 3. Doesn't seem overly confident, Jeeves, through these Lesmos in comparison to the laps we've seen from other guys so far. So maybe he's another one who's top heavy with this setup. So Quinnoth just about gets out of the way for him. But a lot of these guys now on their out laps waiting for their final runs. Jeeves will be the first. Maybe he'll put another lap in after this through the parabolica. Dash to the line. What's he got up his sleeve? He does improve by a tenth, so he goes P4. Will he put another lap in? So still just the 2 guys so far in the 18s. There's quite a big gap then to Jag in P3. As Misha retires, and that's an invalidation from the Jeeves, so that's his quali over then. P4 is the best he can hope for. His brother will be hoping to dislodge him at least. Let's have a look. He's the duty's on the out lap. Just wait to see. So yeah, Weavesy's the first, the furthest on track. Purple sector 1, 3/10 improvement. Lovely first sector from Weavesy. Can he keep it up? He's got another 2 to find if he wants to dislodge Pricey in P1. Seemed to lose a little bit there coming out of the second Lesmo. DRS is activated though, we'll keep an eye on the time. On his 4/10, we did make up a bit more time. Lock up coming into Ascari. Touches the curb on the inside, but suspension deals with it. That curb will, I'm sure, cost a couple of lives tonight. It's not that serious. Weavesy dash to the line. Ooh, he lost a bit of time in the final sector, so he does get into the 18s, an 18.8. Kachow's coming to the line. And he does an 18.5, another 10.5 improvement from Kachow, so he's back up in a P1. Can Pricey respond? Into the parabolica. Let's have a look if Pricey can get that pole back from Kachow. He's got a 10th to make up. Quick dash to the line. Pricey. No, he's a 10th up. A 10th down. Jag then. Let's have a look if Jag can improve. No, he can't. Dewey's next. Getting a little toe off Stu into the parabolica. Currently P6 of the 19.1. He needs a big 6/10 improvement if he's going to take pole tonight. Let's have a look. Duty crosses the line, does an 18.8, so improves by 3/10. Goes P4, big lap from Duty. Waits, he's abandoned his lap, as is Stu. Let's have a look if Quinn has invalidated. Mini-Meerkat God's in the pits, so there we go guys, there's your qualifying over and done with. As Kachow takes pole with an 18.5, a 10th quicker than Pricey with an 18.6. Weavesy then 18.8 comes in P3, just ahead of Duty with an 18.8 also. Jag did an 18.9, big qualifying from Jag this evening. Just the top 5 going to the 18s then. Jeeves for the 19.1, I think he'll be disappointed with a P6 start, but I'm sure he can do big things from there anyway. Backmarker coming in with a 19.3, a massive qualifying from him, just ahead of Waitsy with another solid performance. Shea then with a 19.4, retired obviously before his last run. He'd be disappointed with that, and I believe Stu was at P10. Yeah, it was Stu then. Trundles will start 11th. Woods in P12. I believe Woods will start further down because he joined the lobby late, but we'll keep an eye. Bragigam 13th, Die Miles 14th, Quinn 15th, Mini Meerkat God 16th, Misha 17th, TT 18th, Matty Shaw 19th, and Old Man Barry. Neither of the last two set a time, so interesting. Maybe they don't want to get involved with any fights and just want to test themselves tonight. But we'll see how they do. So guys, let us know who's winning, who's going to get a podium this evening. As we know, Kachau has got a healthy lead at the top of the standings at the moment. I will get the standings out for you so we can have a look during the formation lap. But give us your predictions. Who's going to win? And whilst we are on formation, if you could just hit the like button, help us out a little. Okay, so we got Pricey, Kachau, Weavesy in the race. Okay, so we're feeling Pricey jumping Kachau then. He needs it if he's going to get back in this title fight. So as I said, I would take you through the standings. We currently got Kachau top with 103 points after a run of 3 wins in the last 4 races, which has been fantastic. Weavesy in P2, and he is 27 points behind with 76. A further 4 behind is Jeeves, and then 8 behind him with 64 is Pricey. Shay's in P5 with 56 points, and then there's a big gap of 26 to Waitsy. For the constructors, for those that want to know, we've got Jeeves and Pricey in the Williams at 136, and they are 13 points ahead of Max and Kachau in the Alfa Romeos. And then we got Bragigam and Weavesy with 76 in P3 for the Red Bulls. In 4th, just to let you know, is the Racing Point team, not the Force Indias. If I do call them the Force Indias, please give me some shit, as I received some last week for calling them the Force Indias and not the Racing Points. Hello, Catamies. Hello, Catty. Talking to Catty, I actually watched a race from Singapore yesterday, from about 2-3 years ago, in which Catty finished P7 in TUF1 and got driver of the day. And he also has a TUF1 pole position to his name a bit. Not many of you knew that either. And yeah, Dreamsy, you're right, man. Just when you start to get it right, they change it again. It's a learning process, man. It's a learning process. But I'm here for it. 27 laps, 13 corners, and we have got a full house of 20 guys tonight, and as expected, Woods does start from the back. We'll have a little look at the tyre details. So Trundas, Mini Meerkat, Misha and TT all opt for the mediums, and everybody else on softs. So let's have a look then. I'll try not to get too excited as I do when the glitch happens, but let's lights out and away we go. All the guys at the front seem to get, there's a car off in the background. Is that Die Miles pulling over to the end? But Pricey's got past Kachau at the front end and takes P1, and we got Duty making a move on the outside of Weavesy, and he takes P3. Jeeves and Stu have both taken Jag Kings. And Backmarker's dropped a couple as well. Get back on board and see what's going on. Die Miles is disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous location. Okay, so Bragigam's retired as well. What's going on with Die Miles there? So we got a full safety car ready. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm starting to think that Die Miles is just absolutely baiting us now. He's literally just pulled off the side of the road from the start, stayed where he is, got disqualified, and I'm sure we'll be looking into that one later on this evening. Mini Mikat's picked up a penalty. I'm not sure what that's for. Let's have a look at the position changes then. It's really frustrating we've got a safety car this early. We'll see if any of these soft runners do decide to come in, because obviously these tyres aren't going to be great. Where are we? Position change. There we go. So Pricey did jump Kachow, Duty jumped Weavesy. Stu's up the big 4 places. What a start from Stu. Jag lost 2, Backmarker lost 2, Shay lost 1. We did Backmarker then did get back past Shay. We missed that one. Quinn up to 4th TT5 from Barry on his opening lap. And here we go. We're starting to get the glitch. Shay comes in early, so Matty Shaw's in as well on Woods. Let's have a look if we got any wing damage. Did they change the wing there? So medium's on for Shay then. So that will be a 2-stop. Woods comes in, he's going for a new front wing as well, and medium's fitted for him. Mini Mikat's jumped in as well. And he's gone for the hard tyres with a new wing. Let's have a look, Matty and Misha. Yeah, so mediums for Matty and hards for Misha. Okay, not the start we wanted. It was actually a clean start from most of the guys involved. There were a couple of wing changes towards the back of the grid, but the more frustrating thing is the disqualification, which has enabled the safety car, because we just want to see some racing, but this is going to help these guys take these softs a little bit longer. So the guys who started in the P10, in the top 10, sorry, with the soft tyres are going to get helped up massively. Oman Barry's in as well. And that's a stop go, okay. And he's come in for the hards, so he's going to go do a long run on these hard tyres. So will he be able to get? He should be able to get those to the end. I think his tyres will be dead towards the end, but he should be able to get them there. We should get the safety car back in this lap, and we can get back to racing. But a fantastic start for Pricey. And also for Duty, there's a bit of movement under the safety car. You always had those people in school who could never line up single file. Stu seems like one of those guys. And there we go, safety car is in this lap, so we'll wait and see when Price decides to put the foot down. He's creating the gap already and allowing the safety car to get away. Of course, this run into turn 1, he's going to give Kachow a lovely tow from behind. So he'd probably want to keep it as close to the line before he puts his foot down, unless he can get a nice run through the parabolica. Kachow right on his tail though, waiting for him to put the foot down. They're almost side by side, and there we go then. And we're away again. And Pricey instantly goes on the inside to defend. And Duty's looking on the outside of Kachow. Kachow, who did look to attack, is now going to defend from Duty. Weavesy's there waiting to pick up any of the spills. We've got movement from Shay on TT. But Pricey with a great start, 8/10 gap already as Weavesy's looking on the outside of Duty. Through the chicane, can he hold it? Terrible camera angles, but he does. Lovely move from Weavesy up into P3. And now we got Jeeves all on the back of Duty as well. We can't make a move just yet. We've got Shay and Quinn battling as Shay's gone onto the gravel and Shay's gone for a spin. A terrible race so far from Shay then. He's in the wall, he's already out of pit. We did see Shay on the gravel, came back onto the track. Contact with Quinn and he's gone off. On board with Kachow. 4/10 is the gap. Pricey sets the fastest lap, the 23 flat. Kachow can't get close enough to make a move into turn 1. Ooh, and Duty's defending hard on the inside from Jeeves. Keeps the spot. As we got Quinn now, trying to go on the outside of the other racing point. And he gets it done, so Quinn with the elbows out tonight. Woods looking for a move as well. And Woods gets past TT on the outside. He might do a double overtake here. Woods into the chicane. Ooh, they look like they touch wheels, but yeah, 2 positions gained from Woods in 2 corners. Already up in the P11. And Kachow looking a lot closer this lap than he did on the last. Oh, and Pricey takes a wobble, goes wide, and Kachow says thank you very much, takes a spot. And Weavesy moves up in a P2 as well, a costly little touch of the curb. We did say that would cost a few, and there's another safety car as Matty Shaw retires. Here we go then. We're in for a night of it, I think. So yeah, Pricey dipped his foot on the curb, and yeah, we do get a few diving in. Weavesy stays out, as does the Jeeves. Jag stays out also. Trunder stays out obviously on his medium tyres. Mini Meerkat also. So yeah, what's this out? So Weavesy currently leads the race. The Jeeves, Jag, Trunder's Mini Meerkat, Woods. Let's have a look what sort of tyres these guys fit. Shay, let's have a look if he stayed out, okay. So he didn't pick up any damage from that little trip to the gravel track. Kachow's gone on hards. And absolutely, yeah, Dob, it is 100% the right decision to come in. And I do think, yeah, the hards is probably the best decision as well. Pricey, though, has gone for mediums, so he's going to look to attack this on the restart. Duty's gone for hards as well. Stu's gone for mediums. Waitsy's gone for hards. Backmarker and Quinn have both gone for softs. I think the hards would be beneficial just in case we get more safety cars and you've got track position. You don't need to come back in. These tyres will go to the end. And then if you get a late one, maybe you can slip on some hards, some softs, sorry, and really go for it. So, lap 6 and we're already on the second safety car. The first one for a real strange disqualification from Di Miles. The second from an incident with Matty Shaw that we didn't see. And yeah, Mini Meerkat, who pitted on lap 1 under the safety car, put on a set of hards and is now in P5, so how quickly things can change. Woods, who started at the back, P6. Old Man Barry also started near the rear, who pitted either lap 1 or lap 2, I think, and he's now on He's now in P7, so the order is now all over the shop. Shea does come in for a pit stop. And he's going for softs, okay. And maybe a new wing. So, as a mistake from Shea, I'm really surprised he's not gone and fitted the hards. I mean, medium should be okay to the end. Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, I mean, might get another lap maybe. Under the safety car, so you're looking at 20 laps. It's a stretch. They'll get there, but it's going to be, they're going to be dead towards the end. I'm going to wait to see when the top three do make their pit stops. And the safety car's in. Perfect. So this time it's Weavesy then who will be controlling the pace at the restart. And I'm sure he'll take the same approach and go a bit later, but he doesn't. He catches Jeeves out. And he creates a nice gap already going into turn one. Let's have a look further down. It doesn't look like anyone's close enough to make a move. Ooh, old man Barry though coming under pressure. Pricey picks up penalty. We've got Misha losing a couple of spots. The broadcast cameras aren't quite the best. Waitsy makes a move on Misha as well, as does Backmarker. He's falling down massively. He's really struggling on these hard tyres. As Shea puts one up on the inside and he's now into P15. Backmarker then on the inside of Waitsy into the first Lesmore. And that's a lovely move from Backmarker, who's showing some pace tonight. Pricey and Kachow still stuck together, but Pricey now of course behind as Kachow gets really close to TT, as TT goes wide and Kachow gets past, as does Pricey. Jeeves already with a 1.3 gap. To his brother, Duty also gets past TT, doesn't want to let these boys go. Of course, he's in the fight for a podium tonight as Weavesy sets the fastest lap with 22.9. Will that be improved by anyone coming through on fresher tyres? Trunders is closing in on Jag, but Mini Meerkat is also closing in on Trunders. This battle, of course, for a provisional podium as it stands. Shea and Waitsy are going at it. Shea on the inside, gets the move down. Pricey's got past Kachow. They look like they're three wide there, as Duty's getting involved as well. Pricey's going to have to go around the outside. Kachow going to fight it on the outside. Pricey dives up the inside and he's into P8. Duty, there's another move in the background as Stu and TT are still going at it. Stu currently got his nose ahead as Backmarker gets past TT as well. And Shea with the next run looking at his teammate. TT dropping down quite a few places then as well on this restart. And Trunder's looking like more like a Mercedes tonight than a Rover 75. It's good to see. Up in P4 currently at the moment with the pit stop yet to be made. And there we go, DRS is enabled. but we won't see any DRS down the pit straight for this lap. And he moves into turn 1, doesn't look so like so far. Pricey round the outside of Old Man Barry, will have the inside line, drops in and puts a car in between himself and Kachow. Pricey of course is on the softer compound, so he really will need to create a big gap to Kachow and hope Kachow has some trouble getting through this traffic. Ooh. And there's Kachow then, disposing of Old Man Barry. He wants to get Pricey back within his sights. And the Jeep's closing in on his brother, but not close enough. As we got a Ferrari in the background, I think that was maybe Stu, yeah. I think he's defending from back marker. So the Jeeves is within the DRS range of Weavesy. We've seen these guys so often this season sticking close together throughout the whole race. We saw it wonderfully last week in the UK. And Woods is retired. We've got another safety car. So this is perfect for Weavesy, Jeevesy and Jags. Probably Trunders as well. Let's see if we can see what's gone on. And Dobby said it's going to be a mission for the top 3 to get past the field, even if they've got mediums, but the safety car for sure will help them out. Mini Meerkats stayed out. Pricey's now back up in P2, Kachow P3. We'll see what tyres the boys come out on. I think it's going to be, well, it should be medium tyres. A lot of the field are coming in again, mind. A lot of guys here, in my opinion, have missed the opportunity to gain field position for the sake of a pit stop. And Jeeves does get past Weavesy in the pits. Yeah, I know, Dobby, mate. It was just fantastic timing. So Jeevesy then, or Jeeves, sorry, manages to get past Weavesy in the pit lane. And they've both come out on mediums. Jag also. Trunders has gone for softs. This is going to be... Yeah, you should be able to take these maybe to the end with a couple of laps in the safety car. It might be a struggle towards the end for him, but for sure he can do it. P10 in the moment. Old Man Barry and Backmarker have fitted fresh mediums. Shay's gone for hards this time. Your strategy calls are all over the shop. Stu's on mediums. TT and Misha on softs. Yeah, I think softs with a couple of laps in the safety car might be the... I'd personally, if I was in this position, go for mediums, but softs may be the best call. But at the moment we've only got 3 guys. Well, we've got 4 with Quinn, but I imagine Quinn's got to come back in because 20 laps on softs is just not going to happen. Mini Meerkat has to come in. I would have probably come in... okay, he went 16 last season. Okay, that's impressive. I would have come in this lap. Oh, I would have come in the lap before if I was Mini Meerkat and chucked on mediums at least. Maybe he just wants to see himself in P1. Yeah. Well, so 13 laps gone. Mini Meerkat, of course, has pitted as the safety car comes in this lap, but I think he's going to come in again for another stop at some point. Pricey should be able to get these mediums to the end, especially now with further laps under the safety car. We've had 3 safety cars already. Mini Meerkat God has gone a bit earlier, and he could have really pulled out a gap then. Pricey notices. And I expect the move will be made up into turn 1. Mini Meerkat already going quite defensive. Let's have a look. Kachau looking very attacking as well on the outside, and Duty as well. Pricey looks as if he's a bit sandwiched. Still ahead just about. Duty on the outside. Kachau on the inside. Oh, there's a big sandwich. Duty gets his nose in front, has a bit of wobble on the outside. Pricey on the inside though, looks as if he's going to get the move back. There's a 5-second penalty for Weavesy for corner cut in there. I think that was him. Yeah, he's gone wide and he's dropping down the order. Waitie's got himself up in the P5, Trunder's up in the P7. It looked as if there was quite a bit of action going on there in the midfield. We missed a lot of it obviously because we were looking at what was going on at the front. Oh, and there's Old Man Barry going wide, and Jag moves himself up at the P12. We've got moves going on with Trunders and the Jeeves. Jeeves getting past. And he's now up in the P6. Mini Meerkat God, though, all that battling going on behind him, managed to keep himself in front, but not for long as Pricey goes into the lead. And Fabulous from Duty, then he managed to jump Kachau as well. As the Jeeves really is making moves now. Just got past Waitie, but Waitie's coming back at him on the outside. Oh, and there's a 3-man battle as Trunders is involved as well. Trunders and Waitie sandwiching the Jeeves, and there's contact. Oh, and the Jeeves is on the grass. He's ended up pushing Trunders out, and there's a cluster of cars. Shea's taking the escape road, picks up a penalty, a 10-second time penalty for Shea there. That was a silly one. But the Jeeves made contact with Trunders on the outside and then had a big wobble. Trunders has lost a couple of positions because of that. Waitie though manages to get himself up at the P5. So the Jeeves and Weavesy, these restarts really costing these boys as they get in the midfield, and they're not dealing too well with battling amongst these boys in the midfield. There's action all over the place as Jag's now losing a couple of positions. I think he's gone wide or had a spin because there's yellow flags. He's managed to regain it, and that's TT going up the outside of back marker. Right, let's try and work out what's going on then. So Pricey has managed to get himself back up in the front. Mini Meerkat's in second, but he's got Duty on the back of him. And surely going to make a move as DRS is enabled. Let's have a look. Duty in the slipstream. Mini Meerkat just moves over to the left hand side. Duty should take the inside line for turn 2. Brake a bit later, and the move is done. Kachau with a big wobble on the curve on the exit, and that might give Waitie a chance to get right on the back of him. Shea, of course, now in a P6 with that big penalty after cutting the corner. I know he's going to dispute it. We'll see her in the stewards later. I'm sure it's going to be a big no. Stu in 7th, Misha in 8th as TT gets past Weavesy. As Waitie retires. And that's right in the middle. He's had contact with Shea, I think. Oh. And after a few incidents we had last week, we did put a warning in chat, and TUF2 might be in for a bit of a bollocking this week. And Shea looks like he's been involved in quite a lot of it. Backmarker's dropped down into P14, so he's had a couple of incidents as well. He was having a good race. He's been very up and down tonight. Trunders meanwhile down in 10th, Jeeves in 9th, just behind Weavesy in 8th, TT, Misha, Stu, Kachow, still behind Mini Meerkat. Lucas saying not on what Trunders did there. It was, of course, it happened pretty fast. All I saw was Trunders. It looked to me like Trunders got pushed out wide, but we'll obviously, I'm sure we'll see it in the stewards this week. Wait till let us know what happened, man. We just seen you in the middle of the track. And Shea and Quinn are in the pits again, so I tell you what, Stu's in a great position here. 4-lap old, medium tyres. Nice gap in front of him, nice gap behind him. Keep it together, Stu. As TT gets past Misha. And Weavesy closing in on him. And as always, carrying his brother through with him as well. As Misha gets the position back from TT. As Kachow then finally gets his nose past Mini Meerkat. And he's up in the P3. Around wide, coming out of the chicane onto the gravel, didn't touch the throttle, turned right slightly to come back on and just turn me around. Okay. So that's cost Shea as well, and I think Shea might have gone into the back of him and had wing damage. So a very messy race from these boys tonight so far. These safety cars haven't helped. And TT and Misha are having quite a good race at the moment. Chopping and changing positions with every activation zone. This is allowing Weavesy and Jeeves to creep up on the back. And I'm sure we'll see these boys get involved in the battle relatively soon. 3.1 seconds is the current gap between Pricey and Duty at the top end. Weavesy all on the back of Misha. A nice and easy move with DRS activated. Ooh, looks as if he give a lot of room there to Misha. To be fair, he was probably far too respectful and cost himself a little bit of time. Misha though not able to capitalise and might still yet lose another position fairly soon to Jeeves. There we go. DRS activated. But Misha, DRS himself, probably not even using the ERS, so great straight line speed from Misha, and Weavesy goes up on the inside of TT and gets that move done. He's now back in the P6, 4.5 the gap to Stu in P5. Jag's making his way back up the field as he looks to go around the outside and parabolic. Quinn is very tight. Backmarker sets the fastest lap. Shay's in the background as well, sniffing around 1:21.7 for Backmarker. As Jag gets the move done, can Shay get it done as well? Goes into the slipstream. Quinn looks like he's coming back. Jag might put him back up on the inside. He does into turn 1, goes deep, but gets the move done. Lovely break in. Can Shay attack Jag on the exit? He doesn't look like he's got. Oh, Quinn dips his tyres onto the grass and he might lose 2 positions because of that. Oh, and Shay's just run into the back of him and broken his wing again. Oh my god. Well, there's a VSC because Shay's put it straight into a wall. That'll be a penalty for you later. It's not what we like to see at all. If you want to retire, you retire in the pits. Terrible behaviour from an experienced league racer driver. As Shay does retire. We have got a VSC. Frustration kicking in. But it's frustration with himself. It's been a very exciting race, but it's been absolutely dreadful in terms of incidents. The quality of racing has been extremely poor for a lot of guys in this division. The VSC has ended, and Guchao trying to reel Duty back in. Stu looking up the inside. Ooh, Mini Meerkat gives him a bit of a squeeze, but Stu, yeah, he's not going to get the move done. Mini Meerkat remains ahead. But Stu for sure is so much faster, and he needs to get this move done and create a nice gap between himself and the guys coming in behind him. Of course, he might be able to attack the boys ahead as well, who are on extremely old and medium tyres. The podium is 100% not out of the reckoning for Stu tonight. Wide line for Stu through Parabolica. Gives himself quite a bit to do coming down the pit straight. Doesn't have any RS to defend. Can he get it done on the inside this time? Oh yes. Mini Meerkat rather gets out of that one and lets Stu get through. Stu up in a P4, 4.8 the gap now to Guchao with 6 laps to go. Second lap is needed if he wants to get a podium, plus he's also got penalties that will have to be taken into account as well. And for once we can take a breath, I think, and try and analyse these gaps. It doesn't seem to be anyone right by each other. Guchao the closest as he's trying to reel in Duty for P2. The gap maintaining around 2.4, 2.5 second mark between Duty and Pricey at the front. And yeah, Guchao just not close enough to even contemplate a move. And Weebsy got the gap down now to just over a second from Mini Meerkat. We'll expect moves there for sure soon. 20 laps, Mini Meerkat's been on these mediums, as Quinn is the latest in a long line of retirees. And we've got another VSC. Yeah, he's lost it on the exit to Ascari. So 7 or 6 retirements and disqualification so far in this race. 13 runners left. And 5 laps remaining. And there are the penalties for anyone who wants a little quick look at them, so you know where we are. Whew, okay. And Stu doesn't seem to be bringing that gap down. But Mini Meerkat's tyres must be close to death. Reevesy then just inside. Did he get it? Yeah, he did get the DRS. Another time penalty for Pricey, which is massive. I'll be looking more into that in a second. As Reevesy tries to get into Mini Meerkat's DRS range again. It's just half a second is the gap, so he will have it coming down, and Pricey is pitting. Wow. Okay, so Pricey's tyres must be dead then. He's coming for a very late pit stop. Has he got wing damage, I wonder? That's extremely late. He's going for the fastest lap, I think, but he's cost himself more points by coming in. That's an extremely strange pit stop from Pricey. He still would have got himself a podium had he stayed out. Did he have a puncture maybe? So Duty then currently leads the race, but he does have a 3-second time penalty, and he's only 1.2 ahead of Kachow, as Old Man Barry is another retiree. Kachow just needs to stay within 3 seconds or not pick up a time penalty, and he'll win yet again. Stu though, currently on for a podium, but Reevesy is in his DRS range, and he did get past Mini Meerkat. We missed that. As Reevesy goes purple in sector 2. This looks a bit ominous. Reevesy somehow manages to rescue this race into P3. And Stu drops down to 4th. Jeeves. Reevesy does set the fastest lap with a 21.6 as well. The Jeeves can smell Mini Meerkat's grill. And nice and easy move up into P5. He'd be looking at Stu next. I'm fairly certain Pricey will get the fastest lap here. But he may have threw away a shed load of points. It'd be interesting to see later on if that was due to a puncture. Pricey trying to get around Trundles on the Lesmores. Should just wait for DRS, and he gets up in a P7, and he's got a 7.3 second gap to make up in 2 laps if he wants to take another position from Mini Meerkat. And Duty seemingly isn't able to pull out a big enough gap to Kachow yet. Kachow just needs to course his way to this checkered flag. We have entered the last lap. And there is the fastest lap from Pricey, 21.1. And we could be seeing, will be seeing, as it looks, the championship lead extending even further. There we go. around the parabolica for one last time. That's Kachow at the moment there, 'cause he's gone 2 seconds is the gap now. Duty will cross the line in P1. Unfortunately, he won't stay there as Kachow jumps him with no penalties and extends his lead at the top of the championship. Weavesy comes home in P3. Here comes Stu, crosses the line P4, doesn't stay P4 as Jeeves grabs him on penalties. Minimiacat also jumps him into P5. Fantastic result. Pricey with its 127, but a very costly race from him as he pitted from P1. Trunders comes home with P8. Here comes TT in 9th. No penalties, I believe, or just the one maybe towards the end. Misha comes home to pick up the last point. And Backmarker and Jag Kings will round off the rest of the grid. An absolute wild race. I don't even know where to start debriefing. But all we know is Kachow kept it clean. Even after losing the position early to Pricey, he kept his head. And while others blew up in front of him, he was able to bring home the 25 points, which extends his lead. He's on an absolute run, and I think we'll be seeing him back up in TUF1 for next season. And the game's given driver of the day to Minimiacat God, and if I'm being honest with you, I would not disagree one bit. A fantastic performance to bring those hards home after 25 laps to P5. And there we have it. Kachow takes the win. Duty, fantastic performance from him in P2. Jeeves recovers for third. Jeeves also the big recovery to fourth. Minimiacat God up 10 places. Massive well done to him tonight in P5. Stu brings home a very good P6. Pricey will be very disappointed. Brings home the fastest lap, but it is P7. Trunders P8, TT 9th, Misha 10th, Backmarker and Jag 11th and 12th. Both be disappointed, I think, with their end results. Allman, Barry, Sir Gwyneth, Shea, Waitsy, Woods, Matty Shaw, Prakigam, all retired, and Di Miles, of course, was disqualified. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Once again, apologies for the delay in the stream. There is a Discord link in the description of the stream if you'd like to join the league. Check us out. If not, we'll see you next week for round 8, and we are at Russia. We'll see you then. Thank you very much. Good night.